We begin tonight with news out of Barbados. LIAT is staying in the air in spite of its financial challenges. The commitment is coming from the regional airline's chief executive officer, Julie Reefer-Jones, who said they would push to continue their daily operating schedule. In a media statement yesterday, she said the carrier was committed to connecting the region and had operated all its flights over the peak season with an on-time performance of 80%. She added that the company was looking forward to a good summer period with many festivals and events scheduled across the region. LIAT is committed to fly, and we are flying to the 15 destinations across the network, Reefer-Jones said. The airline operates 491 flights weekly. The CEO also noted that there were ongoing discussions with governments on the need for all territories served by LIAT to contribute through a minimum revenue guarantee model. We turn now to Trinidad. Media reports initially reported Maduro's government was putting down a small coup attempt after Guaido announced he was in the final phase of ending Maduro's rule. Guaido urged supporters to force Maduro from power. Some pictures showed certain military members showing support to Guaido. Maduro, however, said he'd spoken with military leaders who showed total loyalty. The UK Guardian reported gunfire, tear gas, and water cannon use. The United Nations has appealed against violence. CARICOM has been working earnestly to promote meaningful dialogue and diplomacy, as well as a four-phase process. The Montevideo mechanism, whose aim is an inclusive and lasting solution. Such a considered approach can only redound to the benefit of Venezuela and, by extension, the countries and citizens of Latin America and the Caribbean. Earlier this year, CARICOM's Harrison Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley attended meetings on Venezuela at the UN and Uruguay. Harris also attended meetings in Ecuador. Yesterday's Venezuelan clashes exploded just before Harris was scheduled to engage in follow-up talks with the International Contact Group on Venezuela in Costa Rica next week. Still in Trinidad and Tobago, former Attorney General of Trinidad in the People's Partnership Administration Senior Counsel, Anand Ramlogan, has been detained by police. And an arrest warrant has been issued for UNC Senator and Attorney Gerald Ramdeen. Ramlogan was detained by police at the Piarco International Airport at around 4 a.m. today. Yesterday, he made an appearance in the Port of Spain Magistrates Court at which he was charged with 2 criminal offenses. His arrest is related to an investigation into matters while he was an Attorney General. Ramlogan is currently before the court charged with misbehavior in public office and obstructing justice. The case adjourned to July 9. He is charged with obstructing justice by using threats and bribery in October 2014 to persuade PCA David West to not give evidence in his Ramlogan's defamation case against then opposition leader Dr. Keith Rowley. He is also charged with misbehaving in public office by improperly endeavoring for West not to testify on Rowley's behalf. He is on $350,000 bail. Ramlogan has continued to practice and has a law firm in San Fernando. Now for news coming out of Jamaica. An investigation by the Office of the Contractor General has singled out Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Darrell Vaz, for strong criticism in relation to the divestment of rooms on the Beach Hotel and Beach Islands in the St. Anne, accusing him of undue influence. The hotel was sold by Montego Beach Limited to Puerto Caribe Properties Limited, as well as the beach lands were sold by the Urban Development Corporation to the Puerto Caribe Properties Limited in 2017. The OCG reported, which was tabled in Parliament yesterday afternoon, states that the sale price of US $9.3 million was initially put forward by the UDC. However, the UDC board approved and divested the properties at a sale price of US $7.2 million. The lands were sold below market price and the government did not optimize income from the divestment process, the report read. According to the OCG, the UDC was unable to negotiate freely and from a position of strength with Puerto Caribe Properties Limited because of the direct involvement of the VAS and the other state agencies. The report notes that VAS denied the claim. Notwithstanding, the UCG notes, with reference to the 486 meeting minutes of the Board of Directors of the UDC, that the Honorable Minister Darrell Vaz advised the meeting that should there be any matter needed to be dealt with urgently, that it should be brought to his attention and he would have dealt with, which points to how pivotal the minister's role was to the divestment process, said the report. According to the report, the ministry, through the negotiation process, surrendered its position of strength, that is, to negotiate a price close to market value, but instead did completely the opposite in the name of attracting an investment. This, the OCG argued, had the effect of depriving the country of revenue, and the integrity of the revenue was not preserved. The UDC was also criticized for its role in the divestment. Amel Griffith, HGP Nightly News.